Pisces, what's going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Pisces love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Pisces tarot reading for you. Now let's get on with this Pisces love reading here for the end of April 2023, because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here at the end of April. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Pisces, 3 cards for your person. And then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So enough yakking, let's get on with this Pisces April 2023 love reading. Let's get one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Pisces and their romantic person of interest at the end of April 2023. Okay. Let's get 3 cards for you, Pisces. What's going on with Pisces as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between the two of them here at the end of April 2023, please. Okay, we're taking an extra one here. Okay. Let's get 3 cards for your person. What is going on with Pisces' romantic person of interest as it relates to Pisces and the connection between them at the end of April 2023, please? Come here. Okay. All right, on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the Hanged Man. That's some Pisces energy right there. This represents progress being halted, like no forward movement happening, things being kind of stuck and at a standstill right here. Now the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different point of view than he normally would, a different perspective than he would normally look at things from. And he's doing that trying to gain enlightenment on something. He's trying to figure out how to get this unstuck so that things can move forward here. 7 of Swords right under that. This is Aquarius energy. This is lying, cheating, deception, sneaking around behind someone's back, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't be trying to get away with. Now, that's not the only meaning to this card. Sometimes this card can represent self-preservation, as in not wanting to be hurt. That's the reason the guy on the card is stealing these swords, is because he doesn't want to be hurt by those swords. He doesn't want the swords used against him, so he steals them to make sure he doesn't get hurt. So it can represent self-preservation. It can also represent leaving something behind, because he can only carry 5 swords and he has to leave these other 2 behind. So it can mean any of those things individually, or it can mean any combination of the 3 of them all at the same time here. But we definitely have something stuck that's not moving, and this underlying energy of it's not moving because there was sneaky deceptive stuff going on, or it's not moving because someone doesn't want to get hurt, or it's not moving because someone's leaving something behind. The Page of Wands right under that, which pages are messengers. Wands are about passion and desire. So this would be news and messages and communications about passion and desire, like passionate messages happening. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool card, which the Fool is about taking a blind leap of faith on something. Getting a little bit ahead of myself, but that's actually your first card out here. This is a toned down version of the Fool. This is not someone who's going to just throw caution to the wind and just jump off the cliff willy-nilly. This is someone who's got the willingness to take the very first steps down a new path towards something there's passion and desire for. This is like, I'll take the first step on it. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether we have some sneaky deceptive stuff going on. It's possible that we do. It could be someone was exchanging passionate messages somewhere, doing that behind someone's back, and things are stuck because of that. I do right behind that I have Temperance, though. This is a Sagittarius Major Arcana card. It's patience. It's like not being in a hurry, not being in a big rush with something, being willing to take things nice and slow and make some fine-tuning adjustments to kind of even things out the way they're supposed to be before like moving forward on something. This can indicate that something is out of balance, like out of whack, and it needs readjusting to make it more balanced. This can even be an energy of reconciliation. This can be about like reuniting the separated love that's been split into two different cups and putting it back together into one. It could be that. It could be that. So look, that's the gist of what this reading is probably going to talk to me about. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects both of you in some way here in April 2023, Pisces. It doesn't always affect you both exactly the same way. Sometimes it's a case of they did this and now you're feeling the consequences of it, or vice versa. Sometimes it's a case of they did or said something and now you're feeling this way, vice versa. Sometimes it can legitimately be an external thing that's going on that has you both feeling this type of an energy here. But the shared energy affecting you both here in April 2023 is the Star. This is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. I've got a lot of Major Arcanas out here. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. It's sometimes a card of wish fulfillment. In a love reading, this can be that kind of an energy that says that you guys are both feeling like this is the one for me. This is also the card that comes immediately after the Tower in the sequence of the Major Arcana. So you don't make it to the Star energy without going through a Tower moment of some kind first, where something important, some important structure in your life, whether that's a relationship or a belief system or like this mental model of the world you were operating from, crumbles apart, shatters right in front of you. And when that happens, it's really difficult to see the way moving forward from there, because everything is now suddenly different than it was the day before. Nothing's the same anymore. And it's hard to see your way moving forward through that. Well, this card represents like the guiding light from the universe that shows up to light the way for you, to light that path for you so you can see your way moving forward. This is where hope comes from. This is where healing comes from. So we have some dynamic here of hope and healing, or potentially feeling like each other is the one, you know, like you're the one for me and I'm the one for you kind of an energy. So tell me more about this. Why is the Star the mutual point of interest between Pisces and their romantic person of interest? Okay, we got a lot going on with this. Let me just double check that and make sure nothing else flipped. Okay, we're good. Well, on the bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy of work. This is putting in the work on something, putting in the time, effort, and energy on something to get what you want, or at the very least having the willingness to put in that work, time, effort, and energy on something, potentially healing something here. Right under that, I have the 10 of Cups. This is Pisces energy. This is most people's goal in terms of love and relationships. This is that happy fairy tale love connection that we all want. It's that happy fairy tale ending that we're all after. It's two people coming together and being fully happy and content and fully in love with each other. 8 of Wands. So I have an 8, and then the 10 of Cups, and then another 8. The 8 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. This is very fast forward movement on something. Now this can represent rapid, like back and forth passionate communications. I did see a card here that can indicate passionate communications going on behind someone's back. This can be a card of just rapid forward movement or progress on something that there is a lot of passion and desire for. This can sometimes be a card of travel. This can also represent a lot of energy coming at you guys all at one time. It would be like an overwhelming amount of energy, like too much to handle all at once, too much to process all at once. It would be like trying to take a drink of water out of a fire hose. You can't do that. It's too much coming at you all at once. So we got some energy here of potentially healing and putting in the work in to get to this 10 of Cups, and either moving on that really fast or communicating about that or having rapid progress on that. I've got an opportunity laying right behind that, which is the Ace of Pentacles. This is some practical, tangible, real world, physical opportunity presenting itself here. Now, this is the seed that has the potential to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that we all want. Now, just like we all want this 10 of Cups, we all want the 10 of Pentacles too. That's that stable, abundant, prosperous life where we've combined our life together with another person and like living together or married or like building a world together. This is the seed that has the potential to grow into that. It's not that in and of itself, it just has the potential to get there. And this is an opportunity presenting itself that would require you guys to grab this opportunity and do something with it. Otherwise, it's just going to be like empty potential here. Now, when I clarify the star, I got 2 extra cards. Normally I get 3, I got 5. I got that 7 of Swords again, which is right here behind the Hanged Man in the overall energy. I got the 6 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and there's Temperance again, which is 4 cards deep in this overall energy. This one is screaming at me. Right under Temperance is the 5 of Swords, some mentally or psychologically painful situation or event. This can be a betrayal, this can be a big fight, argument, bitter words being spoken. This can be someone who has a winning at all cost mentality. Every once in a while I'll see this card as being a person who is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, like I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. It doesn't matter which option I choose, someone's going to get hurt either way, and I don't want to hurt anybody. There's just no way to avoid it here. I'm not 100% sure what that is telling me yet. When I clarify the star, this 7 of Swords, like I said, we've already seen that Aquarius energy of lying, cheating, deception, sneaking around behind backs, trying to get away with something. Can also be an energy of self-preservation, not wanting to be hurt. This could be talking about, hey, things are stuck because some cheating and deception was going on, and there's at least the hope that this can be healed, the hope that we can work on this and get past it and get back to this 10 of Cups energy here. This could also be a case of, hey, put the brakes on this because I've done some healing from something that hurt me in the past and I don't want to get hurt again. It could be an energy of leaving something behind, like let's just leave this painful thing behind us and put the work in on moving forward without that. I do have a forward moving energy here, the 6 of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is a card of recognition, as in like recognizing something or being recognized for something. In this case, it's feeling much more like recognizing something about the connection, or someone in the connection recognizing something about that. We're like looking away from the 7 of Swords energy, but the 7 of Swords energy is looking at that. So it's like something got recognized here that has caused forward movement to happen, or allowed forward movement to happen. And central to all this is the 4 of Cups, which is Cancer energy of being emotionally discontent, like not fully happy with what's right here in front of you. So much so that there's this daydreaming and being distracted by this other cup, this other thing that might have happiness and fulfillment tied to it. Now, sometimes this can represent that there's a love offer on the table between 2 people already, and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. It's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing being done about it. Sometimes this could indicate that one of you is contemplating making a love offer to the other one and just hasn't done so yet, probably out of like fear of rejection. Maybe not wanting to be hurt by rejection, and that's preventing me from moving forward the way I want. Sad to say this, but I've seen the 7 of Swords in both decks already. If this is talking about deception and cheating, this would be someone staring at the 3 cups, the third party love scenario here, and not being happy with that and not being able to get this other new cup out of their mind. I've got the Queen of Pentacles next, which is Capricorn energy. This is one half of the 2 people that build that 10 of Pentacles together, that combining together of lives, like living together or being married. This is half of the equation. This would be like the wife figure or the stable, committed person I'm building my life around type of an energy here. And then I've got Temperance again, which I've already seen here, right here behind this Page of Wands, this having the willingness to take the first step on something or passionately communicating something. This is patience. This is like trying to balance something back out, make fine-tuning adjustments to it to get it just right, the way I want it to be, or the way it's a balanced way. It can also represent, like I said, reconciliation here, because water represents love and emotions, and here the water, the love, has been separated into 2 different cups, and the angel is recombining it back together. So again, fitting in line with things aren't moving now because of this type of an energy, and I'm not happy, and there's this minimum willingness to put work in on this in order to try to balance it out. It's what it seems like. Not uncommon at this stage in the reading. I don't fully understand what this is trying to tell me. I will definitely come back to this as I go through your energy, Pisces, because then I'll be able to see how this applies to you. And I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy, because then I can see how it applies to them. But that's the shared energy affecting you both here at the end of April 2023. Pisces, your energy in this connection is the Fool, Judgment, and then these two came out together at the end, the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups. The Fool is the very first card of the major arcana. It's the first card of the whole tarot deck. It represents a new beginning on something, starting off at the very beginning on something. It's also an energy of someone who's taking that blind leap of faith on something. Like, they don't need to know what all the steps are before they take the first step. They don't need to know what the final end result is going to be before they take the first step. This is just someone who's like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to jump off this cliff, and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. Like, I'll figure this out as I move along. It can, if this is your person's energy showing up over here for you because it's what they've done is affecting you so deeply, this would be someone who's displayed foolish behavior, or took some unnecessary risks, or took risks outside of the connection. You would assume that this is going to be your energy because it's on your side of the table, but it's not always how it works out. Sometimes, like, a person's first card is always their most important, but in my readings, a lot of times what will happen is a person's first card will actually be something about their person is showing up for them because what their person has done is causing an effect on their life. Tell me about the Fool, please. Why is the Fool here for Pisces as their first card? Come here. I think that's what's going on here. Bottom of the deck. The Lovers. This is Gemini's major arcana card. This is a powerful love connection between two people. This is like, at its core, this card is about the interconnectedness between people. So in a relationship, it would be the interconnectedness between the two of you, like the connection between the two of you. And when people are connected, their choices and their actions affect the other person. It's not possible to be in a relationship where this person does things and decides things and it doesn't affect you, and vice versa. It's also about like the interconnectedness between humans in general. Like, I can't pollute the environment without affecting you in some way. Like, we can't just decimate the rainforest without affecting everyone on the planet. So it's like that kind of interconnectedness. I couldn't do what I'm doing here if someone else hadn't created tarot, if someone else hadn't invented video cameras, if someone else hadn't invented the internet and YouTube, for that matter. So this is about choices affecting people. It's also sometimes about a choice in a connection. In fact, a long time ago, before this card was even called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So there's some sort of like, let's just go for it, let's just do it thing related to the connection here. But there also feels like there's some sort of let's just take this stupid risk related to the connection here. This can, like I said, represent a choice between lovers. Son of a bitch, I have the Three of Swords behind that. This is Libra energy of heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. That third energy is not always a romantic third party. It's not even always a person. It can definitely be a person. It can definitely be a romantic third party. Hell, this could be nosy mothers, nosy fathers, nosy family members, nosy kids, nosy neighbors. Like, anybody that's not you or your person sticking their nose where it doesn't belong can be that third energy. It can be work. It could be career getting in the way. I've seen way too many references, Seven of Swords, in both decks already. Foolish risk-taking behavior, potential choice between lovers. This is feeling third party. Whatever has happened here, it's caused Hermit energy to appear. This is Virgo's major arcana card. This is a card of withdrawal, a card of isolation. So this would mean like communication breaks down or completely stops between the two of you. If it hasn't completely stopped, it's dramatically different than it was before. This is about someone being forced inside themselves to do some soul searching or some deep inner reflection or some deep contemplation, trying to figure out what to do to move forward from here. Very similar energy to the Hanged Man. The key difference between these two energies is where the focus goes. This is about looking at things from a different perspective to figure out what has this stuck and what do I need to do to get this unstuck. The focus is external, like what outside of me has this stuck. This is focus is internal, like what about me needs adjusted so that I can move forward from here. Two very different type energies that are about the same thing at the core. It's just where's the focus. Like this would be someone who's blaming it on external things. Like, how is what happened your fault and not mine? How is what happened to the circumstances out here caused all of this? The things outside of me caused this, but not being willing to look at myself and accept my responsibility in this, my role in this. This is the opposite side of that coin. And this is looking at it like, oh, all this bad stuff happened here. How is it my fault that this happened? What do I need to adjust about me? What made them take this stupid risk and bring another person into this connection and lie and cheat and sneak around behind my back and bring this third energy in? What about me do I need to adjust because that has happened? This almost is already feeling like you've been blamed for something that they did. The moon. Yeah. This is Pisces energy. This is fear, worry, and anxiety about uncertainty. When the moon's out, it's dark outside. It's really hard to see if you're on the correct path or not. Am I on the right path? Is this the path I'm even supposed to be on? Did I make a wrong turn somewhere? And just the uncertainty of all that can cause anxiety for a person. But the moon can also represent something being hidden in the dark, like some secret being kept from you. Especially when I've got both cards, both Seven of Swords cards here in both decks already. Like, there's some sneaky deceptive shit going on here. When I clarify the Fool, I get the Four of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Magician, and the Knight of Swords. Four of Wands, this is Aries energy. Fours are about stability. I'm getting ahead of myself, but that Four of Wands is also out here as one of your final cards that came out. This is stability of the home life, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. These Four Wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. This is a celebration card, either a celebration of the home or the family, or it's a celebration of the thing that I've been trying to create in my life. The thing I've been trying to manifest has now actually appeared in the physical reality. It's here and I can celebrate it. There's foolish risk-taking behavior tied to the stability here. This is almost feeling like something that you wanted had manifested until this happened. And after whatever this was, we get the Ten of Swords. This is Gemini energy of a swift, painful ending to something. This is sometimes an ending you don't see coming, hence the swords being in your back here. If you see this coming, they're going to be in your front, not your back. It can also be an energy of betrayal, hence the swords in the back, getting stabbed in the back and backstabbed and betrayed. No matter how you slice this card, this energy is an ending to something, usually a painful one. And then I have the Magician here, which is the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the deck. This is someone who has all the tools and abilities to create from nothing whatever it is their will desires. This is someone whose thoughts and their actions shape the world around them to be the way they want it to be. This is someone who does the active manifesting to get something that they want. This is feeling a lot like a person who has made their bed and is now having to lay in it. Like this is feeling like it's representing your person in that they have created the situation that I'm reading about right now. They have created some sort of an ending to the thing that you had manifested together through their foolish behavior. And then I have the Knight of Swords here, which is the fastest moving knight in the deck. It's really a similar energy to the Fool. And like, this is just, you know what, screw it, I'll figure it out as I go. I'm not thinking about this, I'm just going to do it. this is another one of those types of energies, because this is someone who rushes forward and makes this really rapid, decisive action on something. This is the person who comes rushing in super fast and spontaneous and abrupt, and they do something that they didn't think about first. They don't even think about it while they're doing it. They just come in and they do it and they're gone, and they don't think about it until after it's already done. This sometimes also gets labeled the narcissist card. And I've already gotten the feeling that there has been this blame game played where someone is playing the role of the helpless victim when they're actually the one doing the lying and the cheating and the sneaking around. And somehow this heartbreak and sadness has been pinned on you, and you're now searching your soul, trying to figure out what you did to cause all of this. Probably because secrets are being kept and you're being blamed for this, and you're being told that it's your fault that I cheated on you, or something to that extent. Yeah, Nine of Swords is under that. Fear, worry, and anxiety. Just like the moon. There's two cards in the deck that mean fear, worry, and anxiety, and here they are back to back. But this is like where you're thinking about something so much, with so much fear and worry behind your thoughts, that it starts to like physically stress you out. This is mental anguish. This is like sleepless nights, nightmares. Like I can't concentrate on what I'm doing because I can't shut my thinking off. And you can see the person has their face buried in their hands. Their eyes are covered because they don't want to face the situation and they're in, because in their mind it's represented as so bad they don't want to look at it. And then I've got Pisces energy of the Eight of Cups right behind that, which is emotional detachment, physical detachment, physically walking away. This can be someone who's thinks there's something better out there for them, so they're walking away from what they have to go see if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. If this is talking to you, it's letting you know that 8 cups is the best this person can give you. And you deserve more than 8 cups. And in order to get more than 8 cups, you're going to have to make the very difficult choice to walk away from what you have, to go down a new path, looking for your own happiness and your own wish fulfillment. This is about walking away from what you have because that's the best they can give you, knowing that you deserve the 9th and the 10th cup, and going out to find that. But then here we are again with the star energy right underneath that. And again, the star is the mutual point of interest between the two of you. This tells me a tower has happened, even though I don't have the tower out here physically yet. I know it's happened because there's no way to get to the star energy without it, and I've got that here from both decks too. This is having the hope that something can be healed. Central to your energy, Pisces, we have judgment. This is a final verdict in judgment being passed. This is a final decision being made in a relationship reading. This is a decision about the relationship itself. Are we going to call it dead and over with, or can we resurrect this? Can we bring it back to life and transform it in a way that it's never this painful way again? Tell me about judgment, please. Why is that here central to Pisces energy? It's not always just the cards that come out that tell me stuff. Sometimes it's cards that don't come out that also tell me something by their absence. And sometimes, like this time when I was shuffling, I had cards flip over and show itself to me and then go right back in the deck without coming out. I had the Ace of Pentacles do that. There was something else that did that too, and I don't remember what it is now. The Fool. I had the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. Like risk-taking behavior, and then a physical opportunity presenting itself. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. Virgo energy of work. Putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, energy to get something that you want, being willing to put the work in on it. Page of Wands, having the willingness to take the first steps in that direction. This can also represent passionate communication happening. Having the willingness to take the first steps in terms of working on this. But this is about taking the first steps down a new path. I saw that 8 of Cups, which is walking away from what a person has to go down a new path towards something that they believe is going to lead to their happiness and fulfillment. Nine of Wands. This is an energy of like, I have the willingness to work on this. Is like dual meaning here. Like I have the willingness to put the work in on this, or at least take the first step in that direction. But there's also this element of being hurt. This Nine of Wands is Sagittarius energy of being walled off and defensive, but it's a card of healing. That's the wounded warrior, and he's been hurt. Hence this wall he's built around himself. It's a way to protect himself, like a defense mechanism, because he doesn't want to get hurt again. He doesn't want to be hurt. He's trying to heal so he can get his energy right and take the next step in his journey. It can also represent a wall being in the way of taking this first step in the direction of putting in the work on something and trying to heal it. It could be both of those at the same time. Clearly something bad has happened, so I don't doubt for a second that you've been hurt here. I also don't really doubt that there is this element of you that still wants to put the work in on this. And even though judgment is telling me that there has been a judgment passed on this connection and it is over, there is still that element of hoping that it can be resurrected. If we put the right work in on this, we can bring this back. When I clarify judgment, I get the King of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and Strength. Again, getting the dual meaning here. King of Pentacles is Virgo energy. It's one half of the equation that builds the Ten of Pentacles, King and Queen. But look how much distance there are between them and how many cards there are in the way between them. That's fitting right in line with that wall here. There's separation here for sure. The King and Queen of Pentacles would usually represent like husband and wife, or committed people that are living together or building their lives together, or people that are going in that direction with it and are like actually committed to doing that. But there's been a judgment passed on the King of Pentacles. And there's been a change in the luck and fortune to this. The Wheel of Fortune, this can be divine timing. This can be like the Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Destiny, so like a fated event. It can be a change in the luck and fortune. It could be that things were going good and then now the wheel spins the other way and things go to hell in a handbasket. This is some sort of a change or some sort of a cycle that tends to repeat itself. It's sitting right beside this Ten of Swords, a swift, painful ending. This is looking like it's telling me the other side of this could be things have gone bad now. And this is that desire to resurrect it and turn the wheel the right direction again, to right the ship, so to speak, and like turn this back the other way and put it back together, and having the hope that that can be done and eliminate this distance between King and Queen of Pentacles here. If that's the case, the Strength card, which is a Leo major arcana, is representing that this is a very difficult situation to get through, and it's requiring you to dig down deep inside yourself and tap into all this internal strength that you have in order to make it through this. It says you have the strength to make it through it. You're just being kind of forced to find it and tap into it. This is also, and again, it's right beside the Magician, which I already said is like a person whose thoughts and actions create the world around them. In this case, this can also be a person who's trying to tame that beast inside themselves. In other words, those internal urges and desires they have, they're trying to tame that. They're trying to rein themselves in and hold themselves back and not let themselves rush off and make some kind of a mistake that they regret later. Usually when a person is doing that, they end up running out of willpower at some point and they lose the struggle. Like, you really can't honestly believe that this sweet little lady right here can hold this lion back permanently, right? This is something where she does her best to keep it calm and contained. But if the lion wants to, it's eventually going to just take off and do whatever the hell it wants, and she's not going to be able to stop it. And I think something like that occurred for your person, and that is what changed everything. They created a situation by allowing the beast out, so to speak. And I think they did something that they didn't think about first, and it caused an ending here. It caused a judgment to get passed, which is why We've seen this Seven of Swords twice and things being stuck and not moving. Final card for you here at the end of April 2023, Pisces, Four of Wands, Six of Cups. We've already seen the Four of Wands. That was your first clarifier. The stability of the home, stability of the family, stability of the connection between the two of you. This is Aries energy. Those Four Wands represent 1111, manifesting something and it actually being here. Then I've got the Six of Cups, which is Scorpio energy of the past. Thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of you. It can represent a person from the past making a comeback of some kind. This could just be talking about the history between the two of you here, and you're reminiscing about that when there was stability between the two of you in the past. Let me clarify that. Tell me more about the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups. Why is that here in Pisces energy, please? Why is the Four of Wands, Six of Cups here? On the bottom of the deck, the Moon, Pisces energy, fear, worry, and anxiety, sometimes from uncertainty, not being sure if we can get the past back, if we can restabilize this, not being sure if we can heal this or not, hoping, but having fear and worry that maybe that won't happen. This can also, like I said, represent something being hidden in the dark and some secret being kept. Got the Hermit right behind that. This could also just be uncertainty about what the hell's going on with your person because they've shut down and they're not talking to you right now. This could be like the communication between the two of you isn't happening, or it's been blocked in some way. This is also indicating that something has happened that forced you inside yourself to search your soul, and you have uncertainty and fear and worry about what's going to happen. The thing about the Hermit is it's not a choice. Like, no one volunteers to just go into hermit mode. This is something happens and it puts you here. You're forced into it. Usually it's the Tower. Again, I still don't have the Tower out here, but I'm 100% sure there has been a Tower, or I wouldn't have seen the Star both times. The other thing that can put you here, Ten of Swords. Got that right here. Seven of Swords can put you here. Got it in both decks. Five of Swords. I've seen that down here under Temperance with this betrayal happening. Secrets being kept. Three of Swords can do it too, and I've seen that. So something has forced you inside yourself to contemplate this connection, to contemplate probably what love means to you at this point, to contemplate, is this actual true love? Is this person actually the one for me? Or is this just something that I kind of have believed and I need to search my soul and find this out? There's history here, but there's also some stupid behavior here. And in the center of all this energy is that Wheel of Fortune, which can indicate a cycle that happens. It's like not the first time this has happened, either for you being in this position, or it's not the first time they've done something like this. Even if it is the first time they've done it with you, it's probably not the first time they've done this type of behavior. Now, when I clarify Four of Wands and the Six of Cups, I get the Page of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Page of Cups, news, messages, communications about love and emotions. This is the expressing of feelings. This can be the early stages of a love offer. This can represent an apology. This is emotionally not fully mature energy here. And it's sitting directly beside the King of Pentacles, which seems to be your person. History between the two of you. At one point there was stability, but this is either them communicating all lovey-dovey with somebody that's not you, or this is some element of, this is like an emotionally not mature person. Now we're going backwards to the Three of Wands. I'm clarifying the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups, so we're stepping backwards in that energy. The Four of Wands is about the thing I'm trying to manifest is here now. This is backwards from that. This is, I know what I want and I'm taking the steps to get what I want, and I'm trying to manifest the thing that I want, and I believe it's going to happen. It's just not happened yet, and I'm still waiting on it to arrive. So we're going backwards here because there has been a change. There has been an ending here. And I think what this is potentially you waiting on things to turn around and go good again. Possibly even you waiting on your person to apologize, waiting on your person to come back, waiting on the stability to happen again. But then I've got the Ace of Swords next, which is the sword of victory. It's the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. It's the sword you use to make a decision with. And I'm feeling like incredibly, like the energy just being sucked out of me. I keep fighting off having to yawn, and I'm not tired. This is like the sword you make a decision with. So like the Latin word that decision comes from literally means to cut off, like to cut off other options until you're left with one option, and that's how a decision gets made. But this can also be the sword you use to sever a relationship with. There's definitely been a judgment. There's definitely been an ending. There's definitely been Tower. Definitely been some pain here for you. And you're waiting on what looks like either an apology and your person to come back, or you're waiting for something you can use to cut this down so that it's not stuck anymore, or you're waiting, maybe trying to hold yourself back from just, finality in terms of cutting this off. But again, though, if I read this in a row, someone has created this difficult situation because they couldn't contain themselves, and that's led to a severing. Scoot this over a little bit and get us some more room. That's your energy, Pisces. Central to this whole shared energy is you not being happy, you not being fully content, probably doing a lot of looking at the 3 cups of love that are involved here, doing a lot of thinking about the other cup that was brought in, probably recognizing your person was being sneaky and deceptive, recognizing that there's a new cup here. And all of that stuff is in the way of you being like balanced. It's in the way of the reconciliation and the re-blending back together again of the two of you. I think that is why things are stuck. When I look at your person's energy in this connection for April, end of April 2023, first card is the Moon. A person's first card is always the most important. 8 of Swords, Ace of Wands. This is where the drained feeling is coming from. It's coming from this side of the table. The Moon, again, fear, worry, and anxiety from uncertainty, but again, it also can represent something being hidden in the dark and some secret being kept. Very first clarifier in the whole reading is lying, cheating, deceptive behavior. Right under the Hanged Man, lying, cheating, deceptive behavior. I don't see any way that this is not about that. Yes, sure, there's this element of you don't want to get hurt anymore, and there's probably this decision about leaving it behind or not, or healing it, but there has definitely been some sneaky bullshit going on that was either lied about or hidden and kept secret. The Moon's still here on the bottom of the deck. Tell me more about the Moon, please. Why is the Moon the first card for Pisces person of interest? Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. This person, I got to get out of their energy. I can't stay in this too much more. I don't know what's going on. I know we're having the second new moon in a row in Aries, and there is an eclipse going on right now, and like the energies have been super intense for me. I did a personal reading the other night, and it took everything in me not to cry the whole time. After I was done, I had to sage myself down. I saged this whole office, rubbed selenite all over myself. I sat around carrying this big giant piece of black obsidian around with me the rest of the day. Had to take a salt bath to try and get the shit off of me. It's just been super intense, and this person is draining the hell out of me. This is someone who has the willingness to take the first steps down a new path towards something there's passion and desire for, and they're keeping that secret. 8 of Wands. There is a lot of passionate communication going on from this person that you didn't know about. Eight of Pentacles. I keep seeing this, and for you it feels like putting in the work on this to try and repair it and fix it. And for them, it's like they're working on these communications. This might even be them communicating with someone that they work with. Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginning in passion and desire. This is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck, so it represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex, sparking up some passionate new thing. It's also the final card out here for them. This is a weird dynamic too. When I first got to their cards, the moon being their first card, and the moon was still on the bottom of the deck from when I clarified for you. Their first clarifier for the moon is the Eight of Swords, and that's the very next card I'm going to clarify next. I just saw the Ace of Wands in the story on the bottom of the deck for the moon, and that's also their final card. So all of their shit's coming out already. I got, to clarify the moon, I got Eight of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles. I noticed this right off the rip. I got the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, we've seen how many times, the Page of Cups out here. In your energy, your person, it's like you're viewing them as the King of Pentacles and the Magician, but this does not feel like a king that I'm talking about. This does not feel like the full-grown decision maker, authority person that deserves that kind of clout. This feels like immature child, not fully grown, not fully developed. This Eight of Swords is an energy of them being stuck in their head about something. It's Gemini energy, like thinking about something over and over and over again on a repeating loop in their mind, and not being sure what's the safe move to make here, and feeling stuck and trapped and blocked. This is a self-imposed mental prison of a person's own thoughts. In other words, the way they're thinking about something makes them feel trapped when they're not actually trapped. It's like a limiting belief. This can also just be representing, I got this secret I'm keeping from you. I've been doing this dirty, sneaky shit behind your back, and I can't get that out of my head. I'm grinding on it over and over and over again because I'm afraid of what the safe step to make is here in terms of this Knight of Cups actions toward love and emotions. So in your energy, they showed up as Page of Cups. This is like communicating about it, talking about it. This is going from talking about it to doing something about it. This is actions toward love and emotions, moving forward with romantic gestures, flirting behavior, advancing a love offer, advancing a love connection in some way, and they can't get that out of their head, or they can't get the secrecy of that out of their head. Page of Pentacles. This is news and messages and communications about some physical opportunity presenting itself. A lot of times this is planning for the future. So they have some plan for the future of moving forward in a love connection. They already have the willingness to do that. They're already communicating about it, probably already taking actions on it, putting work in on it, and they just are grinding on that. Central to their energies, that grinding energy, Gemini energy of the Eight of Swords, like thinking about it over and over on a repeating loop and can't quite shut their mind off. Tell me about that Eight of Swords. Why is that here for Pisces, romantic person of interest here? You don't say. Jeez, major arcana energy everywhere here. Bottom of the deck, the moon. Fear, worry, anxiety, secrets being kept, something hidden in the dark. Like, you can't make that up. I clarified the moon, and the very first clarifier is Eight of Swords. I'm clarifying the Eight of Swords. On the bottom of the deck is the moon. These two things are tied together. They're grinding on the secret that they're keeping. The secret that they're keeping is a third energy is involved here. They're trying to keep it a secret because it's going to break things when it comes out. They have more than one lover here. They have a choice between you and another person. And also, their decisions and their actions are also having an effect on you.
which is why foolish, risk-taking behavior shows up as your first card. Six of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Now this is supposed to be a card of balance. It's supposed to be you scratch my back and I scratch your back. You take care of me, I take care of you. This is like balance. This is equal give and take. I'm getting out of this as much as I'm putting in. It's not skewed one direction where it's not equal. The negative side of this is it can represent the merchant, which is your person giving to two, which is exactly what they're keeping secret from you. The Hermit. Communication changes. This is also the thing that probably puts you into hermit mode when this finally comes out. When I clarify the Eight of Swords, I get the Devil, Justice, and the Emperor, who didn't want to be seen right there. He wanted to go face down on the table. That's what they're grinding on. They're grinding on their secret coming out. They have a plan for moving forward, and they don't want the secret to come out before the plan, because yeah, this whole sneaky deceptive shit is based on me moving forward successfully on something. And when they're with you, they're not fully happy because they're thinking about this other cup, this other person. They're grinding on that. It's so strange because that card is laying directly below the star, and for you this felt like, I'm not happy with what's going on and this third party, and I'm not happy with the fact that I don't have you, and I'm either waiting on your love offer to come in or contemplating giving you my love offer, and I'm having the hope that this can all be healed. And with your person, it's like they're not happy where they're at, and they're daydreaming about this other person and having the hope about them. And they're like trying to be patient about something, but at the same time they're not able to contain themselves. And when I clarify the Eight of Swords, I get the Devil as the first card. This is Capricorn energy, but this is toxic energy. This is heavy energy. This is obsession. Like when I'm clarifying a card that's basically about overthinking and can't shut the mind off and have obsession piled on it, this is obsessively overthinking something, obsessively grinding on something. This can represent addiction. It can represent a feeling of being trapped, which again is another meaning of this. I've got this in my head in such a way that I feel stuck and trapped and blocked by it because I feel like I can't move here. I don't know what the safe move to make is because I have a secret I don't want to come out. This is also the same two people that are on the Lovers card, but here they have chains around their neck and they're chained to the podium the Devil's on, and they're growing horns and tails because they're in a toxic environment and it's distorting who they are. This is not the happy love connection. And now that I'm looking for the Lovers card, it's not actually out here. Every time I've seen it, it's buried behind secrets and third parties and stuff like that, and it's not actually out here. This is not a balanced connection. This is a distorted, toxic connection because this person has distorted, toxic energy inside of them. This is a part of their shadow. It's a piece of themselves they don't like, and they don't want you to see it. And they don't even want to look at it themselves. They pretend like it's not there. They repress it and shove it down into the shadows of themselves. And they hide it and they pretend like it's not there. But it is there. And it controls them. It causes them to have to fight this beast inside, all those urges and desires they have, and they ultimately can't fight that fight anymore, and it gets loose and causes all this havoc and mayhem. Causes them to do this. The Justice card is the most powerful card of balance in the deck. It's Libra energy. It's about doing the right, fair, just thing. At its core, this card is like that sword right there. This sword right here is used to sever something that's not in balance, to cut something away that's not balanced, so balance gets restored, and then the right, fair, just thing can happen. Just the fact that this card is here in the center spot of their energy tells me something unbalanced is going on. You don't have the devil energy. You don't have both Eight of Swords where you're stuck in your head obsessively grinding on something. Both Moon cards where you got secrets that you're keeping. Both Seven of Swords cards where there's lying and deception. You don't have that stuff if you're balanced. So there's something unbalanced about this person, something unfair and unjust that they were engaging in, something that needs justice for, and it's tied directly to the devil. It's also tied directly to this advancing and taking actions on love and emotions. And then I've got the Emperor. This is Aries major arcana energy. This is about taking control and taking charge of a situation. This is a master manifester energy, and I've already seen that representing your person over here in your energy. This is much more powerful than this one, but this is still a master manifester energy. This is someone that has all the tools and abilities to put together the plan to get what they want and then execute the plan to get what they want. It's sitting right beside Page of Pentacles, which is about a plan for the future. And they're doing unfair, unjust, toxic stuff and keeping it secret in order to get what they want. And that's the downside of the Emperor energy. Sometimes this is a great energy. Like, I love being in the Emperor energy because I don't expect life to just hand itself to me. I'm not the dude that sits on my ass and waits for things to just show up and be hand delivered to me and be lazy. Like, I decide what I want. I put together the plan to get it. I execute the plan. I go out and I conquer what it is that I want. And that's a good thing to do. But this is the type of energy that goes from being in control to being controlling. It's the person who is really being run by all this internal stuff that they don't want to admit to and they don't want to face. It's in the shadows of them, and they're putting up this facade of I'm in control, but they're not. They're not. People that are actually in control don't have to lie to you. They don't have to keep secrets from you. They don't have to sneak around behind your back. Final card in their energy is the Ace of Wands. We already saw this. It's the phallic symbol of the deck. It's a passionate new beginning, a new beginning in passion and desire, sexual energy, sex, sparking up a new passionate thing with somebody that they're advancing on. Why is the Ace of Wands here? The Pisces person, please. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands. Rapid back and forth passionate communication, Sagittarius energy, rapid forward movement on something there's passion and desire for. Overwhelming amount of energy happening all at once. Very, very fast energy. Page of Wands. Communicating about passion and desire. Both of these cards mean that. They have the willingness to take the first steps down a path, a new path, towards something there's passion and desire for. And they did it very quickly as soon as they saw the opportunity present itself. This is a physical opportunity. And I'm telling you, as a man, I know, TMI, but it's common sense. I have a wand, and I'm a man. I'm constantly looking for an opportunity to do something with the wand, and that's what this is representing here. This is a physical opportunity presents itself that requires this very fast forward movement. There's passionate communicating about it. There's this intent to advance on that, a plan to advance on that, desires and drives and urges that they can't control to advance on that. And the second the opportunity presents itself, it's boom, bat out of hell speed. When I clarify that Ace of Wands, I get the Five of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and the Sun. I don't like this at all. Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. Sadness and remorse about the past. This is someone who's focused on these three cups that have been spilled. There's a connection in the background behind them. That's the Two of Cups. But just like the Lovers can represent a choice between lovers, the Two of Cups is a two. Twos are decisions. It's a decision about the connection with you. It's a decision about the connection with this other person. There's definitely 3 cups here. This connection with you doesn't have the focus, though. What the focus is on, and that's what the core of this card is about. What a person focuses on literally dictates to them what emotions they experience. This person's focused on the past, and they're feeling the past. They're focused on something that they've lost, and they're feeling the loss. They're focusing on something they don't have in their life, and they're feeling the gap in their life. And I don't know if this toxic energy, this stuff going on inside them that they're not in control of, it seems to be tied to the wand. Are they focused on, well, in the past I could get the wand out and do whatever I wanted, and I've lost that. I don't have the ability to get the wand out anymore because here I am in this 10 of Pentacles with you. I've combined my life together with you, and here you both are. There's all this distance between you. There's this gap between you. There's a shitload of not pleasant energy between you. And while you're having the hope this can be healed and put back together, they're having the hope that they can get the wand out and exercise that. And they're feeling the loss of being able to do that like they could in the past. Because they've got this. And there's the unfair, unjust thing occurring, and the advancement toward someone else occurring in the midst of your lives being combined together. And then there's the Sun. This pisses me off. This is a Leo major arcana card. I'm a Leo. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. Like, you cannot get a better card than the Sun when that's what it means. And that's not what it means in this spot. In a sense it does, because what this person wants is a plan for the future to get what makes them happy. They're executing the plan to get what makes them happy. But what their happiness is tied to, what their sadness and remorse and like, I don't have this and it's upsetting to me, what that's tied to is the wand. It's tied to this devil toxic energy. It's tied to this idea of being stuck and trapped, and I can't do what I want to do, and I don't know how to advance here, and I got to keep shit secret. Like, so yeah, in a sense, this is about they're happy. But the other meaning to the Sun is this is the card that comes immediately after the Moon in the sequence of the major arcana. So just like I know there's a tower that's happened because the star is here, the next step after the Moon, it's dark outside. Things are hidden in the dark. The Moon goes down, the Sun comes out, and it shines its light into the dark and exposes things that were hidden previously. This is the exposing of the secret that was being kept. The exposing of the plan for them to get what they want. The fact that they were executing their plan. The fact that they're doing unfair, unjust things. The advancement to someone else. It's all of that stuff getting exposed. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Pisces love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.